Assassination. Borderline Banter, your source of information.
Well, hello everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday evening, wherever you are, wherever you are watching. I hope you're enjoying your day. Welcome to the show. This is Borderline Banter. I'm Mike, and as always, being pretty quiet over there is Dustin. Dustin, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. What do you mean being quiet? You want me to interrupt
No,
you?
it
Is
was
that what
just
you're
no.
saying?
It was like super quiet though. Usually I heard some background noise, but it was like
Well, look, I don't want
dead
people to
quiet.
hear me chewing,
Yeah.
etc. You know. Welcome to Borderline Banter. Thank you, Mike, for being here. It is Wednesday. It means we're halfway through the week.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Maybe I don't know. I don't.
Hmm.
I was off Monday, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, hope you're having a good day. Do you have anything interesting or?
I have a cat in the background who's
Yeah.
there he is. He's very angry about a situation. But I could probably fix here
Yeah.
in a moment.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't open it all the way. He'll finish it. Yep, there he
Okay.
is.
He's gone. Okay. All right. Well,
Personal news or whatever. I don't know. I've just been playing GTA, so that's all I've been doing.
oh, nice.
I joined a gang. I'm in a gang on the GTA.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I'm
Cool.
a gangbanger. But you are too.
Yeah. So.
Spoiler.
But yeah. I don't know if we could probably
Everybody who hasn't tuned into a day in the life of Jackson Steele in a while.
before something crazy happens to me again, and I get some emergency alert that shuts down the city. Like get moving on.
Yeah, just one moment. That didn't sound muted. Now it is. So yeah, charges for Donald Trump's assassination plot.
What? So someone's charging? Someone's charged for the assassination plot? Here, 1 second. I gotta do something here. Boom, there. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Indeed. Where's their thing? Oh yeah, global news. But look at this. To see their thing and to see the headline, you can't. So it's like
it's
ridiculous.
weird.
I don't know what they were thinking here. So
From Iran.
sure, from Iran, U.S. charges man tied to Iran in foiled plot to assassinate politicians.
Politicians, huh? Does
Does that
necessarily
include Trump?
Yeah,
Does that
I
include
guess,
Trump?
but the guy missed. I know
There's
this is
also
actually something
this
else.
is unrelated. Yeah, this is unrelated. But I saw this when I was looking at this one. The Secret Service is accepting blame for
Oh wow,
communication
I didn't
failures.
see that. Crazy, cool.
Not only did the one person step down, but I guess whoever's left is like, yeah, no, we sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
failed.
everybody knew it.
But yeah, we noticed.
But yeah, so they're actually saying that their rumors had it that Iran threatened to, holy schmoly global.
Yeah, no
That
prejudice
Iran
against.
was trying to assassinate Donald Trump because they don't want him to become president. Lots of that story. We can talk about that story another time. But yeah, but apparently they got somebody. When I first saw this, I'm like, the shooter? But no, he's dead. But no, this is something
Well,
else.
yeah, the shooter's dead, so it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but you can
Like,
take
who else we charging?
you can take this away.
Yeah, I didn't read this, so I have no idea what this is. A Pakistani man with alleged ties to Iran has been charged in the United States in connection with a foiled plot to assassinate a U.S. politician or government officials, the Justice Department said on Tuesday. Asif merchant, 46 years old, sought to recruit people in the United States to carry out the plot in retaliation for the U.S. killing of Iran's Revolutionary Guards top commander Qasem Soleimani. Oh, I remember Soleimani. I remember hearing that name in 2020, according to a criminal complaint. You remember Soleimani?
I think so.
He was in the news for a little bit.
Yeah, lots was going on with COVID then, so I wasn't watching too much of what's going on in the world, right?
That's fine. This news story will let us recap it. Former President Donald Trump, who as president approved the drone strike on Soleimani, was discussed as a potential target of the plot, but the scheme was not conceived of as a plot to assassinate the former president, according to a person familiar with the matter.
What? So, was discussed as a potential
This
target
part of
to
the
the
sentence
plot.
really threw me off for the rest of it.
Right.
I was like, "Where's what?"
Was discussed, yeah, as a potential target of the plot, but the scheme was not convinced of a plot to assassinate the former president, according to the person familiar with the matter. Yeah, that's a really weird way. A lot of commas in that long sentence. So
Yeah, that was a hard one to understand.
anyway,
So they're saying it was not conceived of as a plot to assassinate Trump.
Oh.
Okay. I assume. Merchant who prosecutors allege spent time in Iran before traveling to the U.S. from Pakistan was charged with murder for hire in federal court in New York's Brooklyn borough. A federal judge ordered him detained on July 17th, according to court records.
So it's charged
Murder
for
of
murder
who?
for hire. So is that so? Yeah.
Well, yeah, murder for hire of who though?
4 years. 4 years. The Justice Department has been working aggressively to counter Iran.
4
4
years.
Iran's president on retaliating efforts to retaliate against American public officials for the killing of Iranian General Soleimani. Attorney General Merrick Garland said in a statement. So it looks like
So they are basically saying they've been foiling all kinds of attempts at people trying to get revenge for Soleimani.
yeah.
What was it that Trump said about Soleimani?
Like,
Did he brag about
no,
it?
he blew him up, right? So
Right, but then didn't he brag about it?
yeah, maybe. So I killed Soleimani, you know. It wasn't the biggest bomb, but it was a good bomb. Some say it might have been the best, not biggest bomb. But yeah, anyway.
Trump says U.S. killed a monster. Well, he at least called him a monster. I don't know what else he said, but there's also this thing here that says, did President Trump violate international law when he directed the strike on Soleimani? That's just a question.
Yeah. Okay. We can say the same about every goddamn president too. So
yeah, I mean,
including Obama, who killed an American 17-year-old kid. So
should presidents be allowed to call drone strikes on people?
Yeah.
I would say no.
The case was unsealed just weeks after U.S. officials disclosed that a threat on Trump's life from Iran prompted additional security in the days before Pennsylvania rally last month. So wait, they had additional security and that still almost happened?
Yep.
A 20-year-old kid, they've got some security to stop Iran, but not a 20-year-old kid? Okay. All right. Okay.
They've been foiling Iran. Iran and their government have been sending all kinds of spies and assassins,
but no,
ninja
they
stars.
They just needed to send a 20-year-old
karate shop, all the stuff.
20-year-old senior home worker. The shooting carried out by 20-year-old Pennsylvania was unrelated to the Iran's threat, and the case also has no connection to the Trump assassination attempt. Well, yeah,
okay.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, or to be fair, I mean, otherwise we had heard absolutely no reason for it to be tied.
Yeah, but there's still no motive that I've heard. But
outside of the usual get famous motive, which is the typical motive for mass shooters in America.
So he was arrested one day before the Trump rally.
Male mass shooters.
Okay, that is kind of weird though. How he was arrested the day before.
Well, they wanted to just make sure he wouldn't do it. But
no, okay, I'm down, dude.
Now
I'm believing that guy was hired by Iran. Nope, he was drugged by Iran, and he was sent from Iran.
I feel like this contributed to the negligence. They were focused on these things instead. And are these things legitimate things to be focused on when the reality was Crooks or whatever his fucking name was? A situation like that was way more likely. This is American soil where we do mass shootings constantly. You should be worried about that threat, not this Iran's gonna send a guy thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just my take, and I'm not in the Secret Service, so.
Okay.
I think they need to focus up, lock it in. Court documents do not name the alleged targets of the plot. Dang, what could be anybody then?
Yeah. So where's the list? Where's the list? There would be security all around and one target according. So, all right. So yeah, he wasn't gonna just try to kill Trump. They're actually not saying it was or was not. So.
They won't say who he was trying to kill. And they're also not really giving a lot of evidence of this murder for hire thing. Doesn't that mean somebody else is implicated? Either him, being paid by somebody, or him paying somebody. And there's somebody else, right?
And murder for hire, is that so? Does that mean the person who hired did the murder, or is he just, Or
Or did he get hired and he
or-
did the
yeah.
murder?
Or was there no murder and you got charged before there's a murder? You just hired someone to
Which
murder.
can, yeah, we've seen
right?
that happen.
So,
where
but wouldn't that be
they can do
attempted
a
hire for
sting.
murder? You know, like I don't know. If
No, I mean you succeeded at hiring to murder.
I
You
guess
just didn't
it-
succeed
yeah.
at murder. I don't know. This is where Mike and Dustin try to say they're lawyer things.
We have not received any reports on the matter from the U.S. government. However, they've evident the modus. I don't know what that word is. Sorry.
Modus operandi. They
operandi.
pull out the Latin.
Yeah,
I don't know where they
operandi
pulled
in
out
question concentrates the Iranian government's policy for legal prosecuting of the murder of him. Okay, so yeah, they're trying. You're right. That's where they're probably saying, "Oh, so are they trying to go after them because they're saying they murdered him?" Well, I guess it's a murder, but I wonder
The
what
Iranian government's policy is they'd like to legally prosecute whoever did it. They're not looking to send a guy.
Okay, yeah. They're not
That makes
like-
sense that the Iranian government would say our official position is we're not sending a guy.
But
we
then
want justice in a trial.
who do they go after? Do they go after
Oh.
Trump? Do they go after the general? Do they go after who pushed the button? Or
They
better
probably
off, who made the
go after
bullet?
nobody.
You know,
They go
like-
after nobody. This is one of those things where how do you get the guy? You'd
Yeah,
have to
you
go to
don't get
war
the
to
guy.
get the guy.
Which
You can't. So,
which-
I mean,
it's not far off.
now at the same
but yeah,
time,
right.
your spies can go and still do stuff. So, I mean, Iran definitely has spies in other countries, but
yeah.
how much they're actually able to do is a pretty good question.
Trump's campaign.
Trump's presidential campaign couldn't be reached for comment. Why not? Isn't this important? Canada wants to know. Global News Canada wants to know. I'm not surprised he didn't answer. So law enforcement thwarted merchant's plan before any attack was carried out. An individual merchant contacted in April to help assist with the plot, reported his activities to law enforcement, and became a confidential informant. Somebody snitched on him.
Yeah. Can't trust
Mhm,
anybody these days. Which I guess in this case is probably a good thing, but yeah.
So merchant told the informant his plans also included stealing documents from one target and organizing protests in the United States, prosecutors allege.
Okay.
Okay, so he was going to kill a person, take their documents, and then do a protest? One of those things doesn't belong in there. One of those things is like, wait, you're going to do a legally protected activity?
But he
But also do
organized a
murder and
protest.
theft.
Well, yeah, see, that's like I don't know. They did charge someone in Canada for organizing a protest and put her in confinement for a few months.
So that's because you don't live in the land of the free.
But
where we have
you
right
know,
to protest.
like Tamara Lynch.
You
is
live
her
in
name.
Canada where you guys forgot to copy and paste the Constitution all the way, like your printer ran out of ink, maybe? Yeah.
All right. Well, that's probably it. I don't know if that's gonna go.
Yeah,
into
that
more.
is no, that was actually at the end of it. So whoever this guy was, we've never heard of him. Merchant something.
Yeah.
We got him. We got
And
him.
Secret Service admitted they were wrong, which they had no choice.
Yeah,
really.
that's just a little icing.
was a
there.
given,
They're
yeah.
like, yeah, we fucked up big time. I wish they'd go into more detail and be like, we fucked up big time because we have a lot of things that we're trying to track, and we're probably tracking way too many things and people because we're invading privacy of Americans at this point. But anyways, well, let's talk about something completely different. Are your IT operations optimized to support
yeah.
AI?
From the New York Post. 6-year-old girl is denied passport because she's named after a Game of Thrones character.
Report.
What?
It says report.
Report, yeah. Okay. I didn't need
Also, Taylor Swift concerts canceled after ISIS plot narrowly foiled.
well, we got to look into that, especially what happened. I don't know, weird. Unless that's just clickbait, but
15-year-old girl is taking rooftop selfies when pals is decapitated. Whoa. Okay,
yeah.
this might be clickbait going on up here.
yeah, I think it is, right?
But anyways, this one's not clickbait. The 6-year-old girl. What character did you pre-read?
I did the other day, yes, but
So you already know the name?
I think so.
Is it Daenerys? That's my
No.
only guess.
But you can.
Is it Ramirez or whatever?
Let's, let's see. No, maybe. Who knows?
Is it Jon Snow?
It's Jon Snow. That's what it is. So,
Oh, we really
goddamn
don't
New
need
York
this.
Post.
Gotta
right?
get out of here. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay,
Yeah.
it's all fine. We'll find it here. A UK mother was left absolutely devastated after her daughter's passport application was denied because she was named after a popular Game of Thrones character. Lucy from Southwest England. That's not a character.
That's a mother.
told the BBC that the initial application to get her daughter Khaleesi, who's 6 years old, a passport was denied, with officials telling her she needed Warner Brothers approval because it owns the name's trademark.
What?
That's not even actually a character's name. That's like a title or whatever.
Is it
like
a
it
title?
means queen in Dothraki.
But that's, first of all, can you patent a physical name? Not like you. I don't think so. Like you can.
Well, you can't go around calling yourself Mickey Mouse. Right?
But if you were born and your mom put Mickey Mouse on your birth certificate, you'd be known as Mickey Mouse. You know.
I don't know.
Like
don't know
if someone put Hitler on a birth certificate, you'd be called Hitler. Like, do you want to be called Hitler? No, but you can be. You know.
Nobody trademarked Hitler. That one's someone's free.
But yeah, no, I don't think that's it. Like that sounds pretty fucked up. That sounds pretty messed up. I was absolutely devastated. We were looking forward to our first holiday together, Lucy said. The 39-year-old mother was planning their dream trip to Disneyland Paris when she got the bad news.
Go to Disneyland UK. Isn't it the same there?
I don't think they even have a UK one. But
do they not?
No, everywhere is a Disneyland, you know, like freak.
Well, they should.
So there's Lucy.
Well, here's Khaleesi.
And Khaleesi,
and Lucy.
So.
This day in history. I don't like the way they got this all separated, but anyways, I had a letter come through from the passport office saying her name is trademarked by Warner Brothers. It was the first I've heard such a thing. I was astonished.
Yeah, like that is.
Well, no, you knew what you did when you named her.
Yeah, but that's God. I know an old friend of mine. She has a daughter named Isis, and she has another daughter named Freya, which are both goddess names, you know. And Isis on top of it was.
Well,
Isis,
yeah, that one's a little tricky now.
And that was way before. Now, like when I say friend, like she used to be my neighbor, like she's a friend. But when I was a kid, she was my neighbor, right? So like, they named Isis, which was a cool name back in 2001, but apparently not now.
Well, hey, there's apparently good news here, though.
Yeah, what's the good news?
After receiving legal advice, the disappointed mom learned her daughter was allowed to use that name and forwarded that information to the passport office.
Okay. Okay,
I didn't understand and felt frustrated. If she could get a birth certificate, would something not have been flagged up then? I never thought you could trademark a name.
Yeah. Now, a name like Tim Hortons, but you can.
You don't think they trademarked Chewbacca?
Chewbacca, well, I'm sure if you name your person Chewbacca friggin' Smith, you know?
What about Randy Savage?
If his last name was legally Savage.
That's not his name. No, right? That's not his name at all.
But if someone has a last name Savage and they get named Randy, yes, Randy Savage would be okay.
Yeah, but then they could try to get a passport and maybe get denied, you know?
I think this is a stupid idiot at the passport office. Like, I'm just going to troll with this person, right? Or they hate Game of Thrones.
Apparently they called to apologize for the error. Okay. So maybe it won't happen. If you name your kid Jon Snow, you're good to go.
I'm pretty sure people have done that, right? Jon Snow Smith. So,
So yeah, she's officials said they'd now be able to process little Khaleesi's passport. Lucy said she believes the problem was only solved because she complained on social media.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's sometimes the only way you can get away with things, though. Now, that's sometimes the only way it does work. You literally have to say, "Well, this," and they'll wait.
But right above it said she after receiving legal advice.
Yeah, from social media.
That information.
She probably got the legal advice from TikTok, and it worked. Okay, a TikTok lawyer. Is this guy innocent or guilty? Come on.
So it was only solved because she used one of many methods that could have solved it?
Yeah.
And not exactly the correct one? She went to social media and asked for an answer instead of asking for legal advice from a lawyer, which is what everyone should do. They shouldn't ask Borderline Banter for legal advice either.
Well, I still give it.
She should have gone for legal advice and sued the shit out of them. That's the other thing.
Funny thing that you say that. Joe Rogan was doing his comedy show. It wasn't that funny. There was a few funny things. He's like, I got in trouble.
You're overselling it than underselling it.
No, he wasn't. But he's like, I got in trouble because I said some few disinformation about COVID. He's like, first of all, if anyone's coming to me for COVID advice, they're already fucked. You know, I was like, just how he said it was pretty funny. Because he's like, if they're coming to a washed-up comedian or something like that, I don't know exactly what he said, but it was funny. But yeah,
yeah, I mean, but the problem is the people are, so.
Yeah. But they shouldn't.
I mean, they are.
But they shouldn't, so.
But they are, so.
Yeah.
Anyways. If I hadn't posted this on social media, nothing would have been done. I would have been stuck, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
She said, adding that others had reached out saying they'd experienced something similar.
But see, maybe she wouldn't even think about reaching out to her lawyer. Maybe she'd just give up because sometimes that's the thing people do. They're just like, well, there's no point. They're saying that. There's no, like, I don't know. Some people might even not even try.
My child can just never leave the country.
Yeah, well.
I'm just okay with this. No, nobody does that.
Yeah, people do that. People are okay with things these days. Okay, so I'm hoping the passport will be issued soon and was promised that they would call back in a few days to see if they had it progressed. Okay, so yeah, hopefully she gets it so they don't miss their flights if their other flights booked. If they do, the passport office should have to pay for it, right? Yeah, they denied it. They had no right to deny that.
It's your fault you didn't have a passport ready by the time your trip came up. Well, you've already purchased it. And there's terminology in there that says no refund.
No, but it doesn't matter. Say you try to get
no refund.
No refund from the air company, right? But yeah, okay. No, it doesn't. I'll just mute you, okay?
No refund.
There. Now he can't talk back to us and all that, but okay. No. All right. Let's go.
Oh, you didn't actually have a point? You had all that free open air there to make that point.
I said it, so.
I don't think you did. I think there might be other people in this situation. Okay, name them. They said that up above too, and all I want to know now is other people that have gotten this.
Jon Snow.
Where?
ISIS something. You know, they're probably like, oh, we can't give a person named ISIS.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm just coming up with names.
If it matches the information, that's why I want the examples of other ones. You can't just tease us with there's other people. Tell me them. I want to know. That's the only reason we read this one was to figure out which Game of Thrones character, right? And ultimately, you can have these names. That's what the article said. So all I want to know is the names. Also, I want to know about this Taylor Swift concert.
I'm trying to find something here. Apparently, there's 40 band names in the world, but that's probably clickbait. So, all I'm seeing is about this 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, but you don't ban people at the time of getting a passport. You ban it at the time of getting a birth certificate, right? It doesn't make sense to do it at the time of passport. You don't get passports when you're born. You get birth certificates when you're born. That's when you pick your name. You don't let somebody live with a name and then say, oh, wait, actually, that's an illegal name we decided.
Okay, things that can't be on passports: swear words, sexual references, inappropriate religion meanings that can cause offensive to the public, offensive language, and it doesn't say any. And this is a UK, by the way, too. Gov.uk. Reference to a person living or dead that may cause public offense, I guess, but that's not a person though. Reference to a that may be.
I don't know. What if your name is John Fitzgerald Kennedy?
Right.
What
names associated to criminals, or promote racial hate. I don't know. Here, I guess I should just go to that. See, of course it didn't work. Okay, never mind. All right, are you done? Let's move on. You take that one away.
What about John Fitzgerald Kennedy? Wouldn't that be the thing you were saying?
Maybe. I don't know.
Offensive to past figures, or whatever. I don't even know if that was referring to, like, if you're named, because there's people named fuck. Those people have passports.
But it's F-U-K.
Even though fuck.
Yeah.
No, there's F-U-C-K. No, there's F-U-C-K as a name. And those people have
then they get denied in passport in the UK. In the UK, it just says in the UK they would get denied a passport. Maybe not where they're from, but they would get denied a UK passport. But you only need a UK passport is if you're a resident of UK and you want to get a passport.
I mean, you're reading a rule, but I'm telling you, like, there's nobody who's actually not been able to get one with the name Clark.
Maybe not where they were born. But
there was somebody named Khaleesi who got denied for a moment and is now getting one, even though there was a rule there.
Okay, you can definitely say in the UK, not one person named fuck was denied.
I can.
Yeah,
until we see a news article that says it.
Well, so
the first article we've ever seen like that was Khaleesi, and she actually got hers, and it's totally fine. And I've seen passports with fuck on it.
From the UK
passports. I mean, not UK, but United States passports with fuck on it. It's a valid name. And not having your valid legal name is a bigger problem than violating some rule like, oh, you have an offensive word on your passport. I'm pretty sure that's for you writing on your passport, fuck, with a pen. That is bad. That invalidates your passport type shit. That's what that rule is for. for you writing on your shit. If you've had a passport, it's got several pieces of paper in there too. So that's where they don't want offensive language. That's been my experience with passports.
Anyway, let's move on.
The moral of that story is that you don't get denied your passport.
Yes, you do. People do all the time, I bet, So
not because their name. It would be that they didn't put their legal name. That would be the reason to deny it based on name. So anyways, let's talk about Hobbits from CBS News, who also doesn't like to have their headline and their title together. Because as soon as I scroll down just a little bit.
Because they probably do it all for phones now. It's probably all made for phone websites now.
We're not supposed to be on the internet anymore.
Yeah, come on.
Discovery of Hobbit fossils suggests tiny humans roamed Indonesian islands 700,000 years ago.
What? How's that even possible?
Are we being offensive to little people? Is that what we're about to do?
Fossils just tiny humans roamed. Maybe not. So.
I mean, when they say Hobbit, are they just going to be like, here's people who had dwarfism? Is that
maybe, I guess, yeah.
I didn't pre-read this. It just had Hobbit in the title, so we're doing it.
Let's see. Wait. So that's creepy.
Is that actually? Oh, there's no title. Yeah, I was gonna say we should have done a thing. There's no thing to say if this is it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say if this picture is it.
20 years ago, on an Indonesian island, scientists discovered fossils of early human species. Breaking news, everybody! Breaking news! 20 years ago, this happened. Discovered fossils of early human species that stood about 3.5 feet tall, earning them the nickname Hobbits. So, now a new study suggests ancestors of the Hobbits were even slightly shorter. Okay.
That's the breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah.
They were 3 feet, not 3.5.
We did not expect that we would find similar individuals from such an old site, said Kaf, co-author of the study, which was published on Tuesday. In the journal Nature. The original Hobbit fossils date back between 60,000 and 100,000 years ago. New fossils were excavated at the site called Manamij, about 45 miles from the cave where the first Hobbit remains were uncovered. The first Hobbit remains were weird. All right, so we do call them Hobbits. I guess that's a proper name.
I thought George Martin or Tolkien would have.
So
I thought they copyrighted Hobbit. Like I thought one of them did, because then the rest of them couldn't say Hobbit in their things.
Maybe who knows? Well, can you get a passport?
Because they had to call them halflings, or no, maybe it's halfling that they copyrighted.
The fossils are found on the top of a ribbon-shaped pebbly sandstone layer in a small stream. So yeah, they're including small teeth that possibly came from 2 individuals. Huh.
Okay. We got some of the pictures here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this doesn't look small. I don't have anything as reference point.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna have to take it for the word.
We do, because it's literally
that foot looks kind of small.
Well, I mean, the leg even kind of we get to the foot kind of sooner than I expected to.
Right. So yeah.
And yeah, this one does have a caption saying it's all those parts you were just talking about. The original Hobbit that lived in the island of Flores. In 2016, researchers suspected the earlier relatives could be shorter than the Hobbits after studying a jawbone and teeth collected from the new site. How would you? That's weird to take a tooth and a jaw and say, this guy actually probably should be shorter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know teeth size and jawbone size would equate to your height so well.
Well, the scientists are the ones that are coming up with it, so we just have to believe what they say, right?
True.
It's just we can't really fact check them. We gotta take it for what they say. And if they make it sound good, it sounds believable. But we're not scientists, so they could be laughing like, "Oh, these clowns! This is friggin' from a friggin' monkey."
That's true.
Right?
This is also something where they found fossils twice. So you can't be like, "Oh, we'll find more fossils to prove it right." Yeah. No, they found 2 in 100,000 years. So they probably aren't gonna find any more. Anyways, they did more analysis of a tiny arm bone. I can understand the arm. The arm and leg is where I would think you would know. Tiny arm bone fragment and teeth
yeah.
suggest the ancestors were a mere 2.4 inches shorter. I overestimated the difference.
So yeah.
So they were 3.5, which is 6 inches. So it'd be 3 foot 2 inches
3 foot. Yeah. Okay.
instead, or 3 foot 3. That's not much shorter. They've convincingly shown that these were very small individuals.
See, the only thing that gets me there, where's
Was
the
that a
data?
scientist?
Where's the data from this? So you know what I mean? Like if they had 100 sets of bones from each time zone, okay, 100% you can do it.
No, they have one
But
set. They have one
set,
fragment.
so-
One tooth.
So is
Like,
that enough for
what
the
we
test
saw.
subject? Is that enough for
like
test?
we have
you
this.
know?
We saw these pieces.
Is that enough for a test study still? Like
I don't think it
No,
is.
it's
Not for
not.
any other tests or whatever. I mean, it's not a sample size at all. But this is all they're working with is like this. It's like, this person was. Why aren't they mentioning the leg bones? It looks like they have all of the leg bones. Why don't you mention that
yeah.
part? They're like, well, actually, if you look at this little bone fragment here, and then if you look at this jaw up here, and there was a tooth that was here, you got to look for where the tooth used to be. That, all three of those together mean 2.4 inches. And then they come out with this one. They've convincingly shown that these were very small individuals.
Yeah.
This is an evolutionary anthropologist at Florida State University. He wasn't involved in the research, but he's got a nice title.
Yeah, I wish I could make money off stuff like that. Jeez.
It would be great. Oh, hey, so researchers have debated how the Hobbits named Homo floresiensis. So there's the
so they're gay?
Homo, they are
gay.
Homo
So
floresiensis. After the remote Indonesian
that's
island.
just a joke, okay? That's all it was.
What? It's in the name.
Yeah.
Evolved to be so small and where they fall in the human evolutionary story. They've been debating about how they became so small and where they fall. Okay. They're thought to be among the last early human species to go extinct. That's true. Yeah, I mean, you know about that, how there's more than just Homo sapiens. There were others.
And yeah, well, I not really.
And they existed overlapping with each other. It wasn't like one died and then the next one started, like that one chart, you know, that picture with the monkey slowly standing up. That's not, it wasn't like one died and the next one started and then one died. And there was overlap.
Yeah, well, we can't just, you know, like.
And the way evolution works with everything else was working on humans. Forever.
Unfortunately.
A long ass time.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know, I got thumbs, dude.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at that. You know how many animals are jealous right now?
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
No, because they don't care. They live their
Raccoons
life.
don't care.
Yeah.
This photo provided by Garrett Van den Berg shows the Metaminge excavation site. So this is where they found it. This is Metaminge.
Huh.
Metaminge.
It doesn't look like they dug that deep.
Would you even think to dig here? If this stuff wasn't here, it was just kind of like looked like the back part of it. Would you even dig?
Yeah, like I guess that maybe take
Why did they
X-rays
dig?
or something, or they must do something to figure out.
They must have done something because, like, why not dig here?
Yeah, because
here.
pretty. That's like a
maybe here.
That's like a needle in a friggin' not a hay bale, but more than that, a needle in a friggin'.
It's like a slightly remaining carcass of a human ancestor in a giant landscape area with no distinguishing reason for it to be dug up anywhere specifically. That's pretty long-winded euphemism.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, because they just keep saying they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
They're saying they're pretty short. And then obviously this is 20 years old news, except for the 2.4 inches. But this is definitely new.
Yeah.
This is new.
From
Super new news here.
Kotaku, Fortnite will start selling Battle Pass rewards in the store. The game says exclusive skins might appear in the store 18 months after their Battle Pass expires. Okay.
Why are they saying might when this says will?
Because the ones you like, okay, this is it. Because some will, but only the more popular ones will come back after 18 months.
Some will, some won't. So
that's it, right? That's just my guess. All right. That's the story. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, there really isn't much else to read. It's just kind of our opinion on the thing, probably.
Yeah.
Epic Games is making a big change. I disagree. It's not a big change. It's a pretty small change. To his Fortnite rewards moving forward. Skins that used to be earned exclusively from battle passes will now have a chance to show up on the item shop years later.
Year and a half later. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Under the current system, sought-after rewards unlocked through time-limited battle passes, like this season's Fallout armor, can only be earned by playing during a specific period of time. Once battle pass is gone, so are all the unique skins, many of which are licensed from famous franchises, from Star Wars, Dragon Ball Z. Not anymore. You know, this would be a bigger story if they were saying that they were going to go back for the several years worth of stuff that we all missed because we didn't play most of the battle passes, but they're not. They're saying it sounds like going forward.
Yeah.
Which means nothing to me.
Yeah. Not that I want any old battle, but maybe you would. But it would take forever.
Maybe there might be some. I don't know.
It would take forever to look through them all, right? But yeah, Jay said they screwed up and put one in, and people bought it. So apparently they did that, and
now they're like, oh shit, people are willing to pay for things that we were giving for free?
Yeah.
Let's just see how that works going forward. Well, we can't do it right away. What's the appropriate amount of time?
Yeah, because
they had a discussion and came up with...
Because people are like, why should I have to pay for a battle pass if I can just pay for this later on? But another thing, too, is you're going to be paying $9.50 for the battle pass and the V-Bucks. But you're probably going to be paying $200 to $300 for a skin, wouldn't you?
Most skins are way more than 300 V-Bucks. The skins are like 1,500 V-Bucks, aren't they? So the emotes are like 300 to 500.
But again, if you don't make it, say you need to make it to level 80 or whatever, and you make it to level 75, and you miss out on that skin, well then, yeah.
Or if you get it, but you don't get all the other colorings, because this is saying with the alt styles.
Okay, yeah.
So there's another little perk of it for the people that don't get to level 200, like fucking Jays. I'm just gonna snitch. Jays is level 200.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's got all the styles for all the skins this season. Oh wait, it says it may include a different number of its alt styles each time it comes to the shop. What in the name of charging me for Skyrim 4 times is this?
Yeah. Battle Pass item may include different numbers of its style each time it comes to the shop. So you're gonna win it, but then there's gonna be different skins for it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like the alternate styles were like.
Yeah, it's purple, green, colors. Different. Yeah, so.
Apparently, they're gonna just not necessarily have the one you want. So the thing you want may show up, but it'll be the dumb color that you didn't want. You just want like the normal one.
You have to go back and pay for it. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Yeah, it sounds like they're getting broke, or they're just know people are gonna spend money on it. So let's take advantage of it.
This change lets us continue investing in new and exciting Battle Pass rewards while enabling players down the road to also enjoy the content, including outfits based on popular licensed characters. Okay, yeah, even the article is saying it. The might there means that Epic isn't guaranteeing that every item will eventually be resold, preserving the current incentive to unlock it from the Battle Pass.
This change also only applies to rewards moving forward. So old skins.
That's the thing I said.
Yeah, John Wick, Spider-Man, and more will remain locked for anyone who didn't already earn them and doesn't have a time machine. Total number
you can't
of
get John Wick
styles
if you don't
available
have
the skin is, and when they will resold, will also vary. Except for Lego version, which will always be included by default.
Well, thank God for that. We're all still playing the Lego mode, right?
Actually, one of my coworkers, he said that's all he's been playing for the last month. Is it? That's all he's playing is Lego.
There's at least one person still.
Yeah, so there's that. Felicity Mac, I'm talking about you.
Good job.
Yeah, called you out by name. All right. Was there anything else on this, or?
Not really. I mean, I think we've got the details they've got here. Yeah, we're actually at the end, so it's just kind of our take on it, which I think we've given, right?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of lame. It's trying to sell me Skyrim again. I've already paid for Skyrim 4 times. How many times have you paid for Skyrim, Mike?
Twice, I think.
It's not once? It's more than once? Yeah. Wow. Would you look at that? There's something wrong with that. Anyways.
Okay.
This one is sort of an update, although maybe not too much of an update other than a number of days.
Okay.
Gizmodo has this one. Stranded Boeing Starliner crew could spend 6 months on ISS. Speculation is swirling that the two Starliner astronauts, Butch and Sonny, currently stuck on the ISS, may have to return home on a SpaceX Dragon. Well, we'd already been talking about that, how they might have to come home on the SpaceX stuff, but this is now saying 6 months.
Well, yeah.
They're not, it's not going to be soon to come back on.
Well, yeah, because they plan these missions well in advance. Like they plan them way, way, way in advance. So yeah, they can't just go and uppity-duppy and pick them up, right? So.
Yeah, true. Look, can you see the astronauts in there? Is there something in there?
Yeah,
See Butch?
Maybe, yeah.
They're in there somewhere.
They got their seatbelts on, so they can't.
I don't think you have to have a seatbelt on at the station. I think it's
no. That's docking. That's when it was docking. That's not the SSS. That's docking to the space station.
Wow.
So they'd be wearing their seatbelts still.
Oh yeah, this one had arrived on June 6th.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing that picture. It's like June 6th, and what are we? August 7th.
2 months later. Yeah.
2 full months. So NASA has postponed the launch of its next crew of astronauts to the International Space Station due to ongoing issues with the Starliner CST-100 spacecraft.
So
Starliner has been parked outside the space station for 2 months.
Boeing is screwing over everybody. Not only them, the people up there, the future astronauts that are supposed to go up there. So the people on the ISS now are supposed to go home, but because the Boeing people are there, they can't go home either. Yeah, that
sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Thanks, Boeing. Due to ongoing issue, so the Starliner has been parked outside the space station for 2 months. There's no update on when it will return. Parked.
It's literally taking the one parking spot they have, I think.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a parking lot. They built one spot because you're supposed to leave. Anyways. So the launch of Crew 9 is now scheduled for September 24.
Wow, so it's supposed to be
still a ways away.
But it was supposed to be on the 18th.
Not 6 months, though.
But it was supposed to be that's when the next crew goes up. Let's just postpone it, right? So maybe the other people on ISS get to come home and they all got to stay up there and wait. So
can we please get these people home?
The adjustment allows more time for the mission managers to finalize return planning of the agency Boeing crew flight. Yeah, they screwed up. Hey, bro.
Boeing crew flight tests currently docked to the orbiting laboratory.
Yeah.
What is a Boeing crew flight test?
Because that's what this is still a test. They're still testing it, right?
Oh, okay. They're talking about the
Boeing flight.
Thing itself, the ship itself.
The test failed. Yeah, the test that failed.
I think you should refer to it as a ship now. We don't need to keep referring to this as you are testing something. Let's just refer to things as what they are. I mean, that's just for the sake of clarity. Jesus. Yeah. So they launched on June 5th, carrying NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams. Mission controllers detected helium leaks. We know the whole journey how we got here. 5 of the thrusters failed. It was originally set for 8 days. No return date. Yeah, and it's actually postponed so many times. Like, this has been a shit show since the beginning, and I blame NASA too. It's like the Secret Service. They lack the confidence. They lack what they're doing. Just that before this launch, we knew about Boeing. Before this, we actually thought Secret Service was good. Yeah. Well, this is definitely going to change people's faith in some of these bigger names. I mean, Boeing's name was already crumbling, but this is definitely affecting NASA's name. In this. So they're still up in the air, but I actually think it's going to be Elon to the rescue. Yeah, they still hasn't decided how they're going to say that, right? But I think it's going to be SpaceX. If they have to use if they have to use SpaceX rockets to do it, fine. Like I said, just get these people home. Yeah. If SpaceX has gone there and back and successfully, use them. And they land and they do pretty good, But get these people home. Yeah, NASA might be looking to use SpaceX's Dragon crew ship instead to carry them back home. You know what? Yes. Do it. You know what? I'll wait. If I have to wait 6 months to take a SpaceX, or I take the Starliner, I'm gonna wait the 6 months. At this point. For SpaceX to show up? Yeah. So. Yeah, I would too. I'd be like, I'll wait knowing that something that will work is coming. All right. As we've said, the prime option is to return Butch and Sonny on Starliner. The thing we just said, Steve Stitch, manager of NASA's commercial crew program, saying the opposite. He's saying they prefer to get the Starliner working. I disagree, Steve. I think both of us do.
So I just looked it up for the record. The longest stay in space was 437 days and 18 hours.
Well, they're not going to be breaking that record.
No, but that's 14 months. They're already at 2 months, so that's only a year away. You know, like.
Look, I mean, these problems, they keep just kind of ignoring it. We're not ignoring it, but it feels like they are. It would be a tremendous embarrassment to Boeing and its Starliner program. Yeah, this whole thing is an embarrassment to everyone involved, including us for giving $4.3 billion, probably of taxpayer money, to fund this shit.
Yeah.
I'm still scrolling. Okay, there's the end. Because that's all the update really is, right? They're still up there, and they literally still haven't made a decision. But they're now literally looking at a 6-month plan, which is crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, that's.
If I'm Butch, I quit. If I'm Sonny, I quit as soon as I get home. I'm done.
I hope it wasn't a contract they signed, like where you're gonna get paid for this much.
You get paid for the first 7 days you're out there because you're like, it's gonna be a 7-day gig. You know, there's your 7-day contract. All right, we have one more story tonight. It might be a fairly early night. We only found a few stories today.
Yeah, but this might go on for a bit. Who knows? You can finish it up for us.
So this is AP News, and they like to cut off half the screen here. Love that. 4 hotel employees charged with being party to felony murder in connection with black man's death. What? That's I didn't read this. I just thought it was like
is black man the guy's name.
Well, they capitalized black.
Okay, so
does that matter?
Well, it could be his first name, Black Man.
Well,
his last name,
or was it the name of the city?
Last name's not
a city named Black, and there's a man from Black.
Yeah, I don't know.
Black man, like Florida man.
I seen a few things pop up on Twitter today about this. I didn't.
And I'm just wondering how the hotel employees got involved. I'm just curious. Like, it's news today, and I didn't want to read it, so I was like, let's banter about it. Did you read it?
A little bit, yes, because I wanted to pre-look into some things first. But yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, viewer discretion is advised. They're gonna show us the guy's body in the coffin.
Yeah, we just showed a coffin here. This is Reverend Al Sharpton at the funeral of Devontae Mitchell. That was July 11th in Milwaukee.
So it was a while ago that happened. Yeah.
Prosecutors charged 4 Milwaukee hotel employees Tuesday with being party to felony murder in connection with Devontae Mitchell's death. Mitchell was black.
Now,
that's the sentence.
Yeah, I know. Now, I always hate when they do this stuff. Because, but it's like they're trying to cause something out of something. First of all,
let me read the details and make that prediction myself.
And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm not 100% sure because I couldn't figure out. But I'm going to go out on a limb and be like, all 4 people being charged are not white. Because if they were, they'd be like, Mitch was killed by 4 white men. They would have put that in the title. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't understand why they always have to bring race into this and stuff. But,
I mean, I literally have no details about the case.
Mitch is black. Okay, thank you. Right? He's black.
Here,
so, well, thank you. I saw his body in the coffin, right? So I appreciate
Todd Richmond.
Yeah.
Todd. I'm gonna call out the dude who's doing this. What the fuck is this? Let me hear the details, and if there's a racial component, I'm smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah. And we both have said it many times.
And
we both have many times.
It's either there or it's not there. Yeah. You saying he was black ain't gonna make it there if it's not.
Just because a situation happened doesn't mean it's because of racism. So.
We take this shit serious at the Borderline Band.
Anyway.
Oh, good though.
There's an strong comparison to the murder of George Floyd, a black man who died in 2020 after white Minneapolis police officer.
We are aware.
Yeah. Pressed his knee on his neck. Okay, yeah. Okay, that happened 4 years ago. It's unfortunate, but it is
protests. Okay. Charged were hotel security guard Todd Erickson, front desk worker Devin Johnson Carson, bellhop Herbert Williamson, and security guard Brandon Turner. If convicted, they would each face up to 15 years and 9 months in prison.
Okay,
so front desk, hotel security, bellhop, and security. Okay. So if I was to guess what's happening here, they're drawing correlations to Floyd, and they've got 4 people. 2 of them are security guards. I'm guessing they were trying to subdue a person.
That's what it was sounding.
Probably trying to restrain them.
I did
and
see
maybe the person died while being restrained.
I saw a video of him running, And then I scrolled through.
Which, if you die while being restrained, we immediately need to look at how that restraint took place, and did somebody maliciously kill you, like happened to George Floyd?
Um,
And if so, these people would get the 15 years 9 months. Right? That's what we're saying, I guess. Not sure what charge that is. Reached by telephone Tuesday evening, Erickson referred a request for comment to his attorney Michael Stanley, who didn't return voicemail or email message.
Okay, getting those words in for the article. Gotcha. So,
So yeah, nobody commented, nobody called you. Great.
Yeah.
So you wrote this with nobody's input. Thanks, Todd. I'm just shitting on Todd today.
Yeah.
It was unclear if any of the other 3 employees had attorneys. Online court records didn't list any of them Tuesday evening. A telephone listing for Williamson had been disconnected, and the Associated Press could not immediately locate phone numbers or other contact information for Johnson Carson or Turner.
Yeah, they probably shut all that shit down.
So, I mean, he's saying he tried to reach out.
Okay, that's
to
it?
Get to the
That's
actual,
the... Okay, no, I thought that was... I was like, are you kidding me?
There's a little
okay. Like,
the DA's office said in a news release that the arrest warrants had been issued for all 4 employees. The office and the Milwaukee PD did not immediately respond to emails inquiring if the employees had been arrested or had attorneys.
Okay.
Okay, so according to the criminal complaint, the 4 employees dragged Mitchell out of the Hyatt Hotel on June 30th after Mitchell entered a women's bathroom and held him on his stomach for 8 or 9 minutes.
Okay, who is this Todd guy? That doesn't make sense to me. Mitchell entered a woman's bathroom and held him.
The four employees dragged Mitchell out of the Hyatt Hotel on June 30 after Mitchell entered a women's bathroom. Yeah, no, there needs to be commas.
And held him. Yeah, because that's the same sentence. That's the same story. And held him on his tongue for 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah.
In the bathroom.
The 4 employees are the ones
they
who
took
held
him out, but then he ran into the bathroom. Now, like, I don't know. Todd, you're a fucking idiot. So
This is a really long ass sentence, Todd. Yeah. I have no idea why you couldn't break this into 2 sentences.
I'm gonna call him out on Twitter after this. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so I'm gonna translate this. The 4 employees held him on his stomach for 8 or 9 minutes after he entered a woman's bathroom.
Yes, that would have been much better to say that. Once employees
and then I could say in another sentence, this all occurred on June 30th at a Hyatt hotel.
Once employees told investigators that Mitchell was having trouble breathing and reportedly pled for help. So one of the employees said that he was saying he can't breathe and was pleading for help. All right, so.
Okay. Autopsy showed Mitchell suffered from morbid obesity. I shouldn't laugh. And had ingested cocaine and methamphetamine, the complaint said.
Okay. So, cocaine and meth? Weird. Okay.
Cocaine and meth, and apparently he was a big boy.
Yeah, highlight security surveillance video shows Mitchell frantically running into the hotel's lobby and then into the gift shop before entering the woman's bathroom, the complaint said. So he was tripping. He was freaking out. A few seconds later, a woman emerges and Turner, who was off duty but happened to be visiting staff at the moment, dragged Mitchell out of the bathroom into the lobby by his shirt. Okay, that's a kind of reasonable if he was going at some woman in there. Like, that's so far. The two begin to struggle, and Turner punches Mitchell, knocking him to the floor. He then punched Mitchell 6 more times and dragged him in the hotel with the help of bystanders. Hey, obsolete. By the bystanders, Mitchell gets up and tries to get back inside. Okay, so that's getting a little excessive, punching him and stuff. They want to get him out. Yeah, they probably shouldn't punch him like that. But then now Mitchell's trying to get back in. Why does he want to get in so bad?
Yeah, why is he still trying to do the thing that instigated this whole thing, which was him running inside and causing
a ruckus,
chaos? Yeah. I would wager he's on some sort of a drug at that point.
Methamphetamine and cocaine.
You're not paying attention to any of your surroundings and anything. You're. Anyways, let's continue. Williamson, Johnson, Carson, and Erickson, who was on duty as the security manager, then joined the fray. Together with Turner, they hold Mitchell down on his stomach for 8 to 9 minutes before police and emergency responders arrive. The video shows that during that span, Mitchell tries to break free multiple times, and Erickson hits him with a baton before he eventually stops moving.
Okay, so that's... I don't know, like... was he... They had to keep him... I don't know. Like, they should have... I don't know. I have to see the video, but should they hit him with the baton? But probably not.
Well, probably not if they have 4 people holding him
Yeah.
down when they did it.
Yeah,
I mean,
so he
that's
hit him in the
almost
head,
certainly bad. If you literally can't defend yourself and somebody whacks you with a baton, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, no, yeah, so
And also,
Okay.
just because you're struggling on the ground doesn't mean you're trying to hurt the people holding
No,
you
you're
down.
just trying to
You're
get away.
trying to,
get away.
in
Yeah,
many cases, get away or breathe.
I've actually
you know?
seen many videos of like a person wrestling the cop, and you can tell that even the cop can tell that they're not trying to hurt the cop. They're just literally trying to get away from the cop, and they're like pushing him away. They're not punching him. They're literally pushing and stuff, right? Not
Yeah.
they're literally trying to get away. Yeah.
Well, and it makes a lot of sense because there's nothing to really be gained from taking a cop out. Like,
Yeah.
getting away is the goal.
I'm just using an example, right? But yeah.
Right. No, it's a good example though, and it makes sense with just kind of like human logic.
A video
And,
taken by a witness, so there's a video, I guess, includes audio of Mitchell moaning and saying he is sorry. An autopsy found that Mitchell was mortally obese and had cocaine and methamphetamine in his system.
See,
Okay.
I read a sentence and I had to laugh when I got to
Yeah, I
Morgan
know,
Lee, and you
but
did
I'm only
too.
laughing because
Why
like
is this the term?
this Todd guy's a fucking idiot, and he keeps
This
putting.
Todd guy's a fucking
He is. He said that twice now. He's trying to get his words in. His boss probably didn't even
That's
read
true.
this. It looks like that he's just writing the same shit over. I reached out. They
Yes.
didn't talk to me. I reached out. They didn't talk to me. I reached out. Oh, he was fat and he was on drugs. He was fat and he was on drugs. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was black too. Let's not forget that. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
Mitchell was black. Was
You
a
know?
sentence in this. Wild, Todd. Anyways, the county medical examiner ultimately determined that Mitchell died of, quote, restraint asphyxia. He may have lived if the employees allowed him to turn onto his side, the medical examiner said, according to the complaint. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. So, told investigators that Mitch was very strong and kept resisting them and tried to bite him, but the guard said he never did anything to intentionally hurt or harm Mitchell. So they're saying that they had him bound, but they weren't actually trying to hurt him. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, they're falling back on one of the burdens of proof for this charge that they're going to be facing is intent. They're basically saying, no, there's no intent. And if there's no intent, you don't meet the burden of proof for the charge.
Yeah.
That's what they're going with.
Now,
bold move. Chauvin tried the same thing. We'll see how it plays for you.
but Chauvin's a cop and he's trained. These
Chauvin
guys
went to
aren't.
jail.
But he's a cop and he's trained for that. These guys aren't. The security guards are, but the doorman is. The counter guy isn't. You know, like.
I don't think training has anything to do with intent to hurt.
But no intent. But I'm just saying, Chauvin had training, so he knew what he was supposed to do, and he knew he was not doing it right. These guys are just trying to help and hold the guy down.
You don't know that.
Well, the bellhop guy's probably not trained as this, but maybe. But until I see evidence there is, we're gonna say no. But
This hasn't been tested in a court of law yet, so. And they're alleging that they didn't intend.
yeah. So yeah. Okay.
But this will come through in court whether or not they intended or not. That's something that can be determined. We just saw there's body cam or not body cam. There's
can't
what
see.
they call that
Video.
video. There's video with audio of the incident. I haven't watched it yet, but that went a long way in the Chauvin trial.
So Erickson told a detective that he heard. Turner told a detective that said that he heard women screaming in the bathroom after Mitchell entered it. And he thought Mitchell was on drugs at one point while the group was holding Mitchell down. He moved Mitchell's clothing off his face, he said, according to the complaints. All right, so they're just giving out there. These are just probably stories not stories, but statements that were taken after the time. And the guy just pulled it up because it's public information, right? So he's probably just pulling out their statements.
Yeah, this is Turner's statement.
I'm just
one
saying.
One of the alleged people. This is one of the 4 indicted.
Yes, but this is stuff that was probably on police record, not. I'm just saying that Todd didn't get this stuff. He didn't have the interview.
No, and he started by saying Turner told a detective. He's not claiming he got this. I don't know where you're going with that. He literally started with his source.
It just doesn't make that.
What doesn't make sense? Turner's trying to defend himself. So he's saying, "No, I didn't hurt him.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point, I even took the stuff that was in his face and moved it."
Okay.
He's trying to show innocence,
Yeah.
which this hasn't been looked at in court yet. So his words don't mean much to me. I haven't even watched the video myself yet. Honestly, I don't really care what Turner says. I want to see what Turner did.
And
Because I saw what Chauvin said.
Then there's a third person there saying he did something too.
This is Johnson Carson told investigators that Mitchell was not in a, quote, stable sort of mind, and he was speaking, quote, gibberish, the complaint said. Much like the guy above Turner, whoever it was, Erickson, pointing to the drugs. And of course, the non-compliance. They all should just probably focus more on the non-compliance, just saying.
Yeah.
But that's what the problem is. They've got an 8 to 9 minute video. At what point is the non-compliance done with? And how long does restraint remain after compliance is there? That will go a long ways to me deciding how I feel about this. He said he remembered Mitchell saying stop and why and something about breathing while he was being held down. He told Williamson to stop applying pressure, which he did. Johnson Carson said that Mitchell displayed, quote, clear signs of extreme distress, including gags, distressed breathing, and repeated pleas for help.
So the guy was tripping or something, like...
Well, this is a situation where your statement will be used against you.
Yeah.
Because, so basically what Johnson Carson is saying is that there were signs that he was distressed and actually needed help, and Johnson Carson will then be shown on the video continuing to do what he was doing, knowing all this.
It said he stopped applying, but the right before that it says he was told to stop applying pressure. So is that?
No, he told Williamson to stop applying pressure, which he did. Johnson Carson, who's a different person.
Okay.
There are 4 people restraining him.
So
Johnson Carson it doesn't say anything about Johnson Carson relieving pressure. It says Johnson Carson admitted
well, we have
to
see
help.
the video to make any assumptions from this because...
Well, this is why I'm saying this is a situation where your statement will be used against you. This is Johnson Carson admitting guilt, admitting that he knew this person was being victimized. That's what this statement says to me, and that's how it'll be presented to a judge.
Well, just because he's freaking out doesn't mean you can't still restrain the guy. Like, just, you can't just let the guy go if he's got a knife.
You have somebody who's gagging
if he's got a knife and swing that knife around saying help, 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 he's still
That's
a
not
threat.
what the statement says.
I'm not just saying what the statement says, but you're saying that. But he could have still been splashing around. He could have still been fighting at that time.
You're free to argue that in court as another thing, but this statement will be admitted in court. And you can, as a defense person, try to argue all those things you just said. That's totally fine. You can try to do that. But the prosecution is going to use
Well, look at your next
as a sign of intent.
The next paragraph there will be good for you, it looks like. Even though AP fucking sucks and it takes up half the screen.
The complaint concludes that the employees had to have known Mitchell was in distress. All these factors, this is going to be the prosecution side of this. All these factors, the gasping, the actions, and words of DM, I assume that's the initials of the guy. Yeah, Devontae Mitchell. The distress that he was in showed that all 4 defendants were aware that holding DM face first on the ground was practically certain to cause impairment of his physical condition, the complaint says. Yeah, that's exactly what the prosecution is going to argue. And they're going to use that statement above from one of the 4 to show that they knew he was, in fact, in distress. And that they were aware that they were causing the permanent physical impairment. The death. It's such a weird way to say death.
So, Mitchell's relatives and their lawyers had previously reviewed hotel surveillance video provided by the DA office. They described seeing Mitchell being chased inside the hotel by security guards and then dragged outside, where he was beaten.
Which checks out with everything we're hearing. I mean, the chase inside, I don't know where the bathroom plays into that, but obviously with the bathroom, there's some chasing probably that happened, right? Leading to there, maybe. I don't know. Like, I really want to watch the video myself too, just so I can understand better what we have. But this doesn't really change much, does it?
No.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's part of the team of lawyers representing Mitchell's family, has said video recorded by a bystander and circulating on social media shows security guards with their knees on Mitchell's back and neck.
Okay, so...
Crump posted a statement on X on Tuesday evening calling the charges, quote, a significant step towards justice for the family of Devontae Mitchell. I mean, yeah, you got to have a court case to have any justice, so this was a step. Deasia Harmon, Mitchell's widow said Tuesday that the decision was a relief, but she questioned why it took weeks. Yeah, I mean, our justice system slows shit on purpose.
But it's better to have the evidence than not. I don't know, but
these people are on camera taking my husband's life. They should have been charged the moment they did that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's the way it works.
But you charge them the minute they do that, and then there's a technicality, whatever you call it, and then they get off with murder. You know, it just takes one thing, right? They already have the evidence. They probably got the statements and all that, so it's best to have your.
You're saying it's best not to arrest the person.
Well, I'm not saying that.
A chance to clean up their crime scene.
No, yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, sure, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're right. So, well,
are you okay tonight?
No, I'm saying that from what it looked like, they didn't intend to kill them, so they're not gonna arrest all 4 people because they didn't. They held the guy down. He died.
How do you know what their intent was?
Well, because you're usually not gonna wake up that day. Oh, let's go kill this guy, right? But
you're making a lot of assumptions. Then
so let's automatically say they're off to kill them. So arrest them. So how do you have intent? How can you prove intent at the point? So there's both ways there. You can say that.
You don't prove it while you're there. That's for a court.
They're not going to arrest all 4 people.
Police are supposed to arrest people who do potentially. If you suspect them of a crime, if you can articulate that you think a crime
occurred. And at
the
time, the cops. All they had were the 4 people who said they're all the same side saying this happened, and the witness saying, yeah, the guy ran. They didn't know the story. Like,
they had access to the footage.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's still, regardless, they're being charged. It's done. It's not done. It's going to go through there, but it's.
So basically, you're telling this widow shut the fuck up, because that's literally where we're at with this. Is that she's wondering why this took so long, and you're saying
because things take long. Because things take long all the time.
You're just saying shut up. They didn't know.
This isn't the only time this has happened. This won't be the last time this happened.
They did nothing wrong. That's why they didn't get arrested.
Okay. Yeah, because this is the only. Yeah, because it's never happened before, right? No one's ever been not like. Are we sure they didn't get brought down to the jail cell that day?
And we got 4 people on video killing a person.
Do we know that they didn't go to jail that day?
Arrest those
and all got arrested that night, then released because there wasn't. They had to figure it out. No, we don't know that.
She's saying it took weeks. You want me to look up what happened when?
Well, she probably wasn't there.
That's not going to change. That's not going to change. You're just going to change the goalpost when I find all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
Because you're literally telling the widow to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Actually, what happened is fine. They didn't intend to kill him. It was an accident.
No,
there's a 9-minute video.
Again, you're putting words in my mouth, which apparently I can't do to you. I said that. I'm not saying it's like that. Yes, shut up. Because not shut up. But the charges are happening. I'm not saying, oh, get over your husband dying. They charged him. They're charging the people. But they had to have their ducks in a row before they charged them. Right? Like, anyway.
There's a big separation between the moment of arrest and the moment of charges.
Yeah. So.
And the people doing the arresting aren't the people doing the charges. That's a different set of people.
So how do we know that? Right? Then we don't know that they didn't get arrested that night and let go at the police station. How do we know they did not get arrested that night? But they're like, oh, we're not going to charge you. The DEA was like, you know what? Let's charge them. Boom. 2 months
let's say they did get arrested that night. Is that really what DeAsia's saying here?
Yeah.
Is DeAsia saying, why did it take weeks for them to get arrested? Is that what she's saying here?
So, comes that decision.
Is that what she's saying here?
Again, you're moving that on me. Like, so every time I can.
I'm looking at her statement. This is the statement that started this.
The statement's above, too.
My goal says stayed on the widow's statement here. Why did this take weeks?
Yes, because things like you said,
and your answer was because they didn't mean to kill him.
I did not say they didn't mean to kill him. Like I said they
didn't just show up to work thinking they were going to kill somebody.
They didn't. You know, they didn't. I know that's
what. Have.
And
they might have.
Yeah, they're all because and again I know like.
How do you know their intent so well, but you can't figure out the person's intent on assassinating Trump?
Then why?
How do you know these guys' intent?
What do you mean?
You don't. Yeah, you don't know these guys' intent that morning.
Well, do we know
what they came to morning?
Well, we definitely know they weren't all white because that would have been an article. They sure said he was a black guy, right? They made that out.
As far as I know, they could all be white because the article hasn't mentioned.
But they would though. If they all were white, you know for a fact there would have been 4 white men charged for murder of a black man. But no, they just put black man.
We could argue about a potential thing that didn't happen.
But yeah.
I mean, Or do we want to indict this article for what it didn't do?
I'm fucking calling this asshole out on Twitter anyway.
You're calling him out for something that he
I'm
does
gonna
not
clip
here,
this
though.
and I'm gonna tell him to watch. Like he won't watch it.
But we
still.
should call him out for what's in here, which we
Yes.
have been. And now you're calling out something that's not in here, which is him saying they're all white.
I'm just saying because he would. We know he would.
And you're saying he didn't because they're not, but we don't know if they're
No,
not.
I'm gonna no. We could not.
But you know they're not because he didn't.
Yeah. So I do.
Which is deductive reasoning. That's probably not a good way to do it.
But
confirmation bias is another word for that.
I'm just pointing out. Any other article by the AP has that in there. Any article written by the AP, because the AP is very leftist, they would put that in there. They were like, oh well, yes. But
the AP is very leftist.
Yeah, they
based
are.
on what?
All the articles we read about them. So they're more left leaning than the right leaning, 100%. You know, like.
There's some websites that have done studies like on all the articles and how the coverage is for all these different news sites and placed them on a left-right leaning.
Where's AP?
Have you looked at AP?
No.
I'm just wondering if you've looked at that. It's been a long time since I've looked at that.
So
it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've looked at that.
Yeah.
And fuck you, no, I don't remember everything.
So.
You're about to say if I don't remember, it doesn't count.
I
right?
didn't say that. Yeah. What?
Okay.
Putting words in my mouth that I didn't say.
You were this close to being like, doesn't count then.
No, yeah, you do that too. That's what you do to me. But I didn't say words. But what were you saying?
That I don't remember where our AP falls on that chart.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
My question was a question to you, and you answered it. It wasn't me making a statement. I was asking, have you seen that chart?
But
your answer was no.
And I said no.
So I would invite you to look at that, since that's put some actual science behind their opinion, not just based on the stories we've done. Because the stories we've done are picked by me, a left-leaning person.
Yeah.
So there's bias in the stories you're seeing from AP. You're seeing what I've selected. So just understand that.
But you didn't read the article. You clicked the article. You didn't read it. So
I select articles.
Okay, from a what? Okay, they're not far left, but they're left center, is what they're saying. Not extreme, not left, but yeah. So
you called them extreme left or far
I didn't
left?
say extreme. I said they're leftists.
They're really
leftists.
left.
I said they're leftist.
What was the adjective you put?
I said they're a leftist website.
What was the adjective you put before?
We're gonna have to go back and look because
you put an adjective. What was your qualifier?
They're a left. I don't know. They're a left.
A very leftist. I think it was
very leftist.
Yeah, but they're not very.
Well,
they're slightly left. Do you want me to get a real leftist source? I will.
So
this isn't
Gizmodo. Is that Gizmodo? No. So they're farther left than AP. But they're not really news. They're entertainment news. But they do some news. But yes, they're much further left than AP. But
yeah. So I mean, your thought about AP is wrong.
It's all right. They're leftists, so I'm not wrong, right? So
they're slightly left.
Yeah, which makes them left. No, that makes them leftist if they're slightly left.
No, it makes them liberal.
So yes, which
leftist
is
far
left.
left.
No,
leftist is far left.
Then okay. Well, we have to. Let's make a guide, and I'll put it behind me, and we'll keep that.
Or we just pull up that chart. You found the chart?
I found 6 different articles, so I'm going off that one, but. I think it's time. Unless you want to pull up, we'll find it.
I mean, I thought you had it.
No, that was just one. That was no particular list. That just said. Okay. That was Google AI.
Oh, it looks like it's been done by a lot of people in a lot of places.
See? Yeah, and they're all probably going to have a different answer. Because then we have to fact check site to see if they're left or right leaning. And then we can find out from there.
The media bias chart. From the League of Women Voters. Is that the one we want?
No. The League of Women Voters. There's a league of that? So...
Oh, yeah, that's totally readable,
that's
right?
That's perfect, yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even see AP.
Yeah, never mind, we're done. Thank you.
I think it's right here.
So, there it is, yeah. So, on the left-hand
this is why we get our sources before our show, not during our show.
Oh, yeah. From the AP News. Thank you for being here, everyone. If you haven't already,
extreme left AP
please
News.
hit that I didn't. I said the really left. Leftist. I have to double check that word. But yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button, that like button, subscribe wherever you are. If you haven't already, please also follow us on YouTube. We're trying to grow our YouTube page. So if you're on Kick, I just posted that link. Please hit it and give us a follow on YouTube. And if you want to join us on the show, we're always looking for someone to chat and get to hear their discussion and all that. And be a little bit brighter than Dustin.
Look, this background is gray.
Yeah,
it makes it
bright.
dark.
Yeah. That's not what I was talking about when I
brighten
said
up a-
brighter. But yes.
Oh. Well, I literally got darker. Like
I'm
between these two
joking.
screens,
I
like,
am. That's what I meant. But I'm just.
I'll get brighter soon.
Went over
Just
your
wait,
head.
everyone.
But yeah, drop us a line, shoot us a message. We'll get you on
Nothing
and
would
we'll
go
get you
over my
booked.
head. I would catch it.
Yeah. You'll be looking up where. Yeah. Okay. Take it away.
See, told you I'd be brightening
Yeah.
up. Right in time. Here at the Borderline Banter, we like to end every show by letting everybody know it's okay not to be okay. We try to take mental health awareness seriously, and we have a page here at borderlinebanter.com. You just click where it says it's okay not to be okay, and then there's a whole bunch of hotlines here. Get a hold of somebody, talk to somebody, banter with somebody. That's what we want you to do. You know.
All right.
Thanks for everyone tuning in and joining us later on the YouTube. If you're watching, hit those buttons and leave me a comment. I want to respond to comments.
Yeah, and
Let me yell at you in the comments, everyone.
for sure. We'll see you all on Friday. Take care. Cheers.